just a remarkable day, you know, historic for the wrong reasons for me. But before I dive into that, which I'll do quickly, let me take our minds back. The purpose of this show for me on television with great minds like you is to inform, educate, and enlighten our people.
Indeed.
And I hope I'm going to achieve that this morning as quickly as we can with the shortness of the time we have. In 1999, after the elections, in Oyo, one of the senatorial districts in Oyo State, my party, then Alliance for Democracy, won decisively. They won almost everywhere in the Southwest. But it wasn't clear who the candidate of the party was. I knew as the secretary of the party, but then there was contestation between one Peter Deyemo and one Chief Ayoka Lawani. At the end of the day, the party resolved that it was Peter Deyemo. So what was not in contest was that the party won. Because there's no name of Peter Ayoka Lawani on the ballot paper. It was Alliance for Democracy, the name, the image, and the motto. And that has persisted 6 years down the democratic line. That individuals are really anonymous. The mandates are given to the political party, not to individuals, not to Peter Mbah, not to...
There was a Supreme Court judgment to reinforce that, and that was what brought
not even one or two, several. So individuals, as important as they are very small players in this game of power, because the party is the symbol of power. The people in the millions troop out to vote for a party. But they say this is the program of the party as enunciated by the character, the individual who is the wielder of that mandate, or going to be with that mandate, whether it's a senator, a governor, a rep, or whatever. So Peter Mbah did not win an election. PDP won an election in Enugu State. He just had on the trust for the people. And that trust was desacralized yesterday because it was almost an abominable act, because people gave you mandate in the videos and they said, I have a broom somewhere. Like the VP even pointed out, so I'm bringing that, but beyond that. That's why I wanted to settle that first call. In conversing on this matter, people should be very careful about the kind of democratic tradition and culture we are building. Yesterday was not a political surrender for the South. It was equally a cultural surrender. Because you must understand there's some moral boundaries you don't cross in politics. We've crossed several. And the media have a role to play. You can't build an inclusive multi-party democracy when people see, maybe not illegal in terms of constitutional provisions, very, very unsavory and very unclear, but clearly unethical conduct on part of the political class. Another instance, in 2003, my party, Alliance for Democracy, cut a deal with then President Obasanjo to feed him as a candidate, to secure a base for him in the Southwest. He did very bad, 1999. He agreed. Somehow or the other, 5 of the governors were swept away, and PDP became dominant. Only 1 governor survived. That's Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He didn't decamp to PDP. He didn't strengthen his party's inclusion into the federal state by leaving his party. He was alone. He was on the trenches. I've said this before here. That's whenever I criticize the president to attack his policy, it doesn't mean I don't understand history. Maybe the conduct of his presidency today is something I quarrel with. But he stood firm with courage, with determination. And a lot of people gave him kudos for that. And Obasanjo, the president, then fought him. Seized local government money, actually politically oppressed him. And he got that mandate by resolute will, by what they call mandate protection, to ensure that the mandate was protected. And rebuilt that party. And his party began increasingly to take back the Southwest. Took Osun, took Ekiti, Oyo, etc. That's his history. The point is, these governors who are the campaign, of what tenor are they made of? Are they with the moral fiber and authority to say, my party is in crisis, and I'm going to look at the constitutional provision. If my party is in crisis, I can run away. The president then didn't run away. Who is actually encouraging this, possibly encouraging this decapitation of the political system and the crumbling and fragmentation of political order? He didn't run away. He stood firm. These ones with their legs, with their tails between their legs, are running out of cowardice and godlessness. Now, they gave you 2 reasons. The governor yesterday gave 2 reasons. One, prosperity. You can have achieved prosperity as the governor of Lagos State achieved. Why is it a benchmark that Lagos State have been? Not because of the resources alone, because of the capacity to govern well, and they hand over to someone who govern well. It can be a resourceful governor and prosper a state by being in PDP, by being in APC, by being in ADC, by being in any party. Secondly, I hear the governor talked about what the PDP didn't do for the Saudis for 25 years. That is not true. Outside the presidency, the PDP have done everything for the leadership of the party, for the elite, who should do for the people the position they were granted them. But on the presidency and the VP-ship, they've got everything else. But 2023, they had a son. Peter will be in the race. The league of South is back, including Governor Peter Mbah. Now 2027, he's still marching on with a wind behind his back, with the masses pouring out his support. Are they going to back him? Is it by John APs that will back your own son to now realize that the PDP denied them? From 1999, had about 4 ministers of aviation, very crucial ministry, had an AGF. We have had at a time Senate Committee Chairman on Works, House Committee Chairman on Works, several times at the same time. Deputy Speaker, Deputy, NGF, and so on. We've had even 2 IGPs, all granted by the PDP. That's Okiro, that's Onovo. We've had Yejirika from 1966, Army Chief. The only job available left, and of course 5 Senate presidents. For 2 states, 5 for every state, for 1 for every state. So for any governor, including him, to talk about prosperity as a foundational reason to move, or that of lack of inclusion, or what PDP has done to the zone, that is actually begging the matter. For me, some of these governors like what I call genealogy of power, ancestry of power. They do not understand what this thing means.
You have said that it is unethical for them to move, but it is not illegal.
Well, as the Constitution is not very, precise, that's why people who want to amend the Constitution further want to tighten that. Almost all the critical figures in civil society, even the political leadership of the country, said it is important for people to preserve the sanctity of the mandate given them. So if you are given a mandate and you walk away, resign.
What I'm just trying to look at now. So
it can now declare that seat open for the people to come back. But as it is for now, it's still murky water of legality.